did you think about the temple the first time?
Well, it was also new to me. I didn't have time to think about it, sure. You just kind of did, or you don't know. Certain things you remember, though. And I was really glad, wanted to be glad I could have a chance to go. I didn't like those garments that came clear down to my wrists and my ankles. I didn't like them because that's what they put on us.
And that's what you wore.
And that's what we had to wear. But I would not leave mine down below my skirt. I pulled them up there at least above my skirt.
Did people on the sidewalk leave them down below their skirts?
We had one missionary woman girl that did that, Sister Christensen. And our mission president's wife went after her and she said, "You pull them out." She said, "It's far worse to have the world gazing down there at those garments than for you to pull them out. Pull them out." So she did. Well, anyway, then we went on this mission, and as soon as I got there, we landed in Toronto, and that was another quite a funny experience we had at Niagara Falls. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
Yeah.
Well, we went from Salt Lake to Chicago with quite a large group of missionaries, and when we got to Chicago, they went in all directions.
Okay, I'm just checking the light.
They went in all directions, and there was only two missionaries to go to Canada. One was a man, and one was me. Yeah, Ralph Barnes, a young fellow named Ralph Barnes, and me. And so we got on the train at the time we were supposed to go to Canada, and we got there. We got to Niagara Falls, and that's where we had to stop and wait for, I guess maybe half a day or something like that. And so we went to see the falls and had a good time. And our train was to leave in the evening to go into Canada. So in the evening, about this time, we boarded the train to go up to Toronto. When the fellow came to take our tickets, he looked at mine, and I was a Canadian citizen, no problem at all. He looked at Ralph's ticket. He was an American, and Ralph had never been in to clear himself with them. He said, "You can't go." He said, "You're an American. You've got to go in and get some kind of clearance so you can go into Canada." And there we were, this time of night, and me heading for a strange area that I'd never been in before, and a young girl all alone. And I wouldn't get in Toronto till nearly midnight, and didn't know where the mission home was, or a single thing. Oh, if that was a dilemma.
Really?
And so I thought for a minute, and I said, "I'm not going to go either. I'm going to stay here with you, and I'll stay here. And in the morning, we'll take it from there." And right around where we were at Niagara Falls, there were several hotels right close by. So we went into one of the hotels. And,
are you going to mention the fact what Niagara Falls was in those days, the honeymoon capital of the world?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh boy, was it ever! And we went into the hotel. This is what was kind of funny. We went in the hotel, and I asked for 2 rooms. The fellow looked at me like I lost my mind. "Did you say 2 rooms?" I said, "Yes." I said, 2 rooms. And we got 2 rooms. And we slept in 2 rooms. And the next morning we came out of 2 rooms. And we went over to this office, this immigration office, and got it fixed up. And then the train left maybe about 10 o'clock in the morning for Toronto. And so we took it into Toronto. We went. And got into Canada. Well, anyway, I hadn't been there, I don't remember now, I stayed there a day or 2, and then he sent me to work. The mission president sent me over to Branford, Ontario to work. And I worked over there.
They didn't send you to a mission home first and teach you what to do and everything?
No.
They just sent you,
They just sent you right out.
You're right out, with no preparation?
And there was no mission home here to train you either.
My goodness.
No, you had to learn right from scratch. Well, anyway, they sent me over to Brantford, Ontario, and I remember I got there about this time of night, and there I was pulling into a new city I'd never been in before, and I looked out on the platform, and the minute I looked on the platform, I saw 2 boys I would know, Mormon missionary written all over them. They'd come down to meet me. See, he'd call them on the phone. And he'd call them on the phone. And a nice-looking young woman, Zella Jones, you knew her.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd come down to meet me, and Zella was my new companion. So that was in the fall, and I worked there with Zella all that winter in Branford, Ontario. And during that winter was when I met Dad. We were going to have a mission. It happened on Christmas Day. This thing happened on Christmas Day. We were having a missionary conference. And the mission president would come over, and we had missionary conference. And,
Was that Joe Quinney?
no, Levi Jensen.
Okay.
And I played the piano. They were charter musicians, and I played the piano everywhere I went. Well, anyway, I played the piano for them to sing, so I was up on kind of on the platform. And just before the meeting started, someone came to me and said, "We got 3 new members. Did you know it?" I said, "No, I didn't know it." "Look down there in the bottom of the hall. Look down there." And there we had a big pot-bellied stove down there, and it was an Odd Fellows Hall. And there stood 3 young men I'd never seen before in my life. And one was very tall.
Oh, I wonder who that could have been.
And I looked him over quite carefully.
How tall then was he, Mom?
6'6".
6'6".
I looked him over quite carefully, and I thought, that's kind of real nice to get to know that young tall fellow. He almost seemed kind of a little bit familiar. Anyway, the funny thing about it was that in the meeting, we went right in the meeting, had the meeting, and when the mission president gave us our assignments, we were, where we were now is over in not Branford, they brought us over, and it was kind of a collection of the missionaries in this Hamilton. We were in Hamilton, is where this happened. And he said, the mission president said, assign these new elders to places they're going. And where he signed the 2 elders, I'll never know. But this nice tall young man staying in Brantford, Ontario. And